So I actually spoke to you last year ahead of season 3.
Yeah.
We had a long conversation about, I guess, the existential impact of AI and what it means for humanity as a whole. I got to a little bit about your kids and how raising them in AI is kind of similar. After season 3, things are a lot different now. Your new AI is more of a virtual system. Lilith is out there on the run. What can you tell me about where Sebastian is now ahead of season 4?
You know, I'm sure I told you this last year, because everything's kind of developing week to week, right? Mm-hmm. So it was kind of a surprise at the end of last season, especially that last episode of last season. I did not see that coming either. I'm sure with everyone else that was watching, I was blindsided by the interaction. And I feel like when reading the script so far for this season, I'm impressed with Sebastian's character because he's back in the ring again, you know. Mm-hmm. Because for me, it was a big slight. I was very upset by the end of last season.
This is now the second time that you've had a reset.
Yeah, and I would just feel like, you know, I'd be ready to just call it quits now. But I love the tenacity of Sebastian, that he's back in the ring again. And he's not afraid to keep pushing forward. And that's what I really like about his character, that he's such a go-getter. He doesn't let things really knock him down. And with the new AI, I like it. I had no clue where Bernie was going to go with that. I said, well, you've done everything. What are you going to do now? And then I see this virtual AI. And I think it's just a very creative idea. And I feel like it's a new avenue of exploring versus this physical body, having an AI in a virtual form. I think that shows a lot of Sebastian and Bernie's creativity of, okay, this didn't work, so let's bounce back and let's try something else. And so I don't feel like Sebastian feels defeated at all. I feel like he's ready to go to battle again. And I think that's a tribute to what I think it's more of his beliefs in AI versus his ego. I'm sure there's ego involved, but I was like, why do it again unless you really believe in what you're doing? So I guess that's where I would say Sebastian is coming from in the season 4, entering the ring again. All I've done so far is some of these flashbacks, and I mean, the gloves are off right in the get-go. I mean, this different, the characters coming back, and I was like, man, things are going wrong right from the beginning. I said, man, this is gonna be a rough season. It's only the first 2 episodes. It's already like this. So
yeah, it looks like, at least from what I've seen so far, you've got a lot of returning characters. That at the end of season 3 seemed like they were just like out in the wild. So I'm definitely excited to see who's going to be popping up again, because it seems like all bets are off.
Me too.
But you did bring something interesting up about how you guys are filming this. It's kind of week to week. What happens with the audience changes that. So one of the things I was thinking about while I was watching season 3 was that it kind of felt almost like working on a soap opera, because I know with them, they go and they shoot every day. And sometimes they get the scripts the night before. How do you prep for this?
You don't. You jump into the fire, man. You jump into the fire. Prepping is interesting. I have another work conflict, so I don't know how much I can do lives this year. But I can tell you from past experience with lives, it's like doing it's like you say, a soap opera or doing live theater. Because you're there, you're rehearsing. I know of all-day rehearsals on Tuesday, and then Thursday you're rehearsing all day and up to the performance, and you're rehearsing, alternative routes where the show can go. Okay, well, if the audience votes this, we have to go this way. If the audience votes this, we're gonna have to pivot on a dime and go this way. And I've known from last year, I mean, there's times when those votes Bernie's saying it's so close to call, it's too close to call, too close to call. And I said, Bernie, we're on in 5 seconds. Which way are we going? And he's like, this way, go. And you just gotta wing it, you know, and go and fly. So it is challenging for actors, especially, you know, when you come from TV and film. You're used to, you know, you got your scene,
right.
You know what's going on, you got to do it a million times. This, you're just like, it's live theater, because you've never really done it before, and you don't really know what's going to happen. So I don't know if there is a way to like really prepare. It's really just, it's jumping into the fire, man.
So with the new dynamic this season, what are from what you know, and not spoil for people. What
don't worry, I don't even know what's going on yet, so I can't spoil nothing for you.
What are you looking forward to? What's the most exciting part about what you guys are doing this season for you?
You know, for me personally, I'm always excited to see a storyline, because the storyline is always, I mean, week to week, I'm always like, where can you go? You know, I feel like you've done it before, but they always keep coming up with new things. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. So I always think storyline and the writers, I think they do a marvelous job on the show. A, just being able to be creative week to week. B, there's a lot of research they're doing and a lot of technical stuff that goes on in the dialogue and things like that. And they have they must be experts in artificial intelligence and coming up with this stuff, because they have some really very clever ideas. I'm interested to see where the Lilith storyline and the L storyline will kind of come back into play, because I'm curious. I'm like, what happened? What happened to these people? Man? And will he get his AI back? And how will that progress if Lilith came back and there were multiple AIs and this whole thing? And personally, I mean, I look forward to working with the actors again, especially in a different setting, because last year I was, you know, in my closet basically acting, and this year at least you get to be in person. But that would be the things I'm looking forward to most, probably. And I love the Sebastian character. I mean, I don't ever get to play anything like that in my normal life, I feel like. So I'm always, it's always fun playing.
Yeah, well, and Sebastian has gone through, I don't want to say a lot of changes, but like from the moment that we met him through the end of season 3, and even now from what I've seen at the beginning of season 4, he's a different guy. Like he's
That's true.
Like I recognize him, but he's grown a lot, just with everything that he's been going through, and just the situation in general. And over season 3, both you and Dante Bosco's character, Xander, your feud seemed to be like amping up each week. And so Sebastian specifically seemed like he was getting more aggressive as the episodes went on. Where do you see that relationship heading this season?
Yeah, you know, it's funny because it always seemed like when I first was reading about, you know, Xander and Sebastian, I was like, oh, it's like this like kind of playful rivalry. But the more they get deeper and deeper, and I'm like, this don't feel very playful at all. It feels like they're going after each other, and it's very competitive. I don't know. And like you say, I always thought, you know, he was kind of Sebastian when I first started playing the character. Because I don't know, you know, I don't know how the real professional actors do it. Because I feel, you know, I'm just kind of a rookie at this point. Right? But how they're able to flesh out a character so quickly, you know, and give multiple and like layers and depth to it. Because I find when I'm acting, and especially with a character, a repeat character, I'm like learning more about the character the more I'm doing it. And so I feel like it's always evolving. Because when I first was reading Sebastian, I was like, oh, he's just such a, you know, he's just such a playful guy. He's very fun and, you know, a little manipulative here and there. But the more I'm getting into it, there's like this onion you're peeling back. And this year, I feel like, man, after everything that's happened, I almost feel like he's like Pacino in the Godfather or something. You know, he's like this guy. He's kind of sitting over watching these things, and he's not afraid to, you know. Well, all right, I'm not gonna kill nobody. I feel like he's like, I don't know. I feel like there's a danger,
right?
You know, to his character now that I would never have said from day one when I read it. I was like, oh, he's kind of dangerous, but I kind of feel like he's kind of dangerous and very mistrusting now. Yeah, it's very interesting where he's come from. I don't know. I'm excited to see where it goes to.
Yeah, I also have to compliment your beard game. You are quite a few steps ahead of where I'm at right now.
Oh man, this was my COVID beard, and I was like, I don't really want to shave it. My wife was like, when she heard that, she's like, they're gonna bring artificial back. She's like, yes, you have to shave that ugly thing off your face, and then I get to keep it. So I was like, she's very upset about it, but. From beard to beard, it's a lot of maintenance.
It really is. Like over this past year, just in growing mine out too, just that same thing, just pure laziness from not having to leave the house. Like I think I've bought so much beard maintenance, shampoo specifically for the beard, straightening kits, like everything. It's a workout.
Well, yours looks much better than mine. You need to give me some off camera. You gotta give me your grooming tips. Because I look like people have been calling me like Grizzly Adams and stuff like this. So my beard is not tame like yours.
Well, thank you. And outside, I know you said that you're working on another project right now. So before we log off, is there anything that you can talk about with this new project that you're on, or anything that you're working on outside of artificial that people should be looking out for you on?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's any rules where I can't talk about it, but there's going to be a new, there's a show called Bosch.
Oh, yeah, the Amazon show, yeah.
And they're going to do a Bosch spinoff. And so I play one of the characters in this Bosch spinoff, which has been a great opportunity for me. So it's been really fun. Unfortunately, it's filming at the same time as artificial, so it's a little bit back and forth, but I'm blessed that Bernie's like, yeah, go do it and do artificial as well. So it's been really cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Stephen. I'm looking forward to seeing this whole new season of artificial. Bosch, I've heard nothing but good things about that show. So this spinoff seems like a good opportunity for me to get into that. So I'll be looking out for that as well. And I hope you have a good rest of your Tuesday.